رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على النبي الأمي العربي القرشي المكي المدني الهاشمي صاحب قاب قوسين محبوب رب المشرقين والمغربين، جد الحسن والحسين النبي الحرمين والإمام القبلتين والرسول الثقلين، الذين سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرض بأبي القاسم محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتخبين المنتجبين، لا سيما بقية الله في العارضين، روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء، واللعنة الدائمة الباقية على أعدائهم ومنكر فضائلهم وقاسب حقوقهم أجمعين. أما بعد، فقد قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: يا علي أنت وشيعتك هم الفائزون. صلوات على محمد وعلى محمد. In honor of Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam, recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And to hasten the reappearance of our awaited Imam, recite third loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. وأجل فرجه. We mentioned so far, in light of this hadith of the Holy Prophet of Islam, that Ya Ali, O Ali, you and your Shia will be the successful ones. We mentioned with regards to this hadith the time when the Holy Prophet of Islam mentioned this hadith, the reason why he mentioned this hadith, in reference to which incident he mentioned it, and then we mentioned a few things regarding success, and last night we mentioned one of the examples of success as the victory on the day of Badr, as an example of that success that is associated with Imam Amirul Mu'mineen. So today we want to mention regarding a point that we referred to 2 days ago, but we want to go in a bit more detail regarding the temporary success and everlasting or permanent success. And we mentioned that all the success that we would achieve within our lives, and for that we put in lots of effort, and irrespective of whether a person believes or they don't believe, they all want to achieve this success, even though we all know that that success is going to be a limited success. It's going to be a success that's only going to last for a number of years, 50, 60, 70 years. As long as we are alive, that is for as long as that success will be there, and once we die, that success will be over. It will not continue. But from this hadith of the Holy Prophet of Islam, we find out that this success that Rasulullah is promising us is a success which is going to be forever. It's going to be success in this life, and it's going to be success in the next life as well. In fact, in one of the narrations or one of the variants of this hadith, the Holy Prophet of Islam says, "Humul faizuna fi yawm al-qiyamah." On the day of judgment, they would be the winners, the most successful people, who would be Ali and his Shia. So now, with regards to this, that we know that this is a eternal success, is a success that's going to be forever, it's a success that's going to last forever, then when I put in all this effort for success which is limited, how much effort should I put in for success which is going to be forever? How much how much effort should I be putting in for that success which is going to last me forever? And that success, of course, just like the success in this worldly life, requires some effort from me. It requires some sacrifice from me. Therefore, this eternal success will also require some sacrifice. So we refer to the ayat from Holy Quran which refer to this success and the conditions attached to it. If we can have the first ayat on the screen, Surah 9 verse 20, inshallah will come up on the screen in just a moment, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the conditions and the requirements which are for those who would have success. There we are. الذين آمنوا وهاجروا وجاهدوا في سبيل الله بأموالهم وأنفسهم أعظم درجات عند الله وأولئك هم الفائزون. Same word has come there again. Those who believed and then they've done hijrat and then they've done, we have to be careful saying this word nowadays. And then they've done jihad, they have done struggle in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ, with their wealth and with their souls, with their lives. أَعْظَمُ دَرَجَاتٍ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. They have the highest rank or the greater rank in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ, same word as Rasulullah is used in this hadith. What's the context of the revelation of this verse? The context of the revelation of this verse, which we call Shan and Nuzul or Asbab and Nuzul, and it's important to understand when an ayat is revealed, what's the reasoning behind it, so we can understand the meaning behind it. The verses previous to this talk about two individuals from the notable tribes who were boasting and showing off about their own merits. One of them was the uncle of the Prophet, Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, and one of them was Talha. And they were saying to one another that we have these merits, that when in Makkah people used to come to the Kaaba, we used to feed them, we used to give them water. And the other one was saying that when they come to Makkah, we have the keys of the Kaaba. So Imam Amirul Mu'mineen said to them that these are not merits for which you should be proud over or you should boast over. Remember that I believed in Rasulullah 7 years before anybody else believed in him. And this is the highest rank, to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and believe in His Messenger, and then to do in order to protect that belief. Right? So the first thing is that one has to believe. The first condition, the first necessity, and we mentioned this, and inshallah tomorrow we'll mention in more detail regarding Iman. But this is the most important thing. And in order to protect that Iman, you would have to do hijrat. You would have to migrate. That hijrat is to protect one's Iman. In other words, it's only hijrat as far as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is concerned. It's only worthy of fadilat. It's only worthy of merit when it is to protect one's Iman. No other reason. You can do hijrat for whatever reason you like. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considers hijrat to be praiseworthy only when it's to protect one's Iman. Now after doing hijrat, you will have to do Jihad as well, you will have to struggle in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way, and that struggle will be both with the بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ, both with the mal, with the wealth, and also with your souls, with your life as well. So the first that these two things are related to one another. That means that if somebody did hijrat but they didn't do jihad, then that hijrat is also wasted. Why? Because that hijrat is to do with iman. It is related with iman, and in order to save your iman, you just didn't have to go from one place to another place, but you would also have to stand up and defend yourself from the enemies. This will also be a condition of that hijrat, to make that hijrat valid and praiseworthy. And that would require wealth and also one's own soul, one's own self, putting one's own life in it. If you do all of these things, then what would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? أَعْظَمُ دَرَجَاتًا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. This is the highest rank, the greatest rank. That person has the greatest rank in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأُولَٰئِكَ is these people, the ones who had iman and then they did hijrat and then they struggled in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way with their wealth and with their lives. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ. So for this person, of course, this ayat, the first misdaq of this ayat is none other than Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam. Because everybody else will do hijrat and then they will do jihad. Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, in order to protect the hijrat of the Holy Prophet Islam, himself has to do jihad whilst Rasulullah is doing hijrat. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When Rasulullah goes from Mecca to Medina, why does he put Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam in his place? This is important. All the other Muslims, one by one, they've gone from Mecca to Medina. Rasulullah, when he's going, he puts Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam, asks him to sleep in his place. And Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam says to him, Ya Rasulullah, if I sleep in your place, will it save your life? He doesn't say what's going to happen to me. He says, Ya Rasulullah, if I sleep in your place, will it save your life? He says, Ya Ali, it will save my life. Imam Amirul Mu'mineen salam sleeps in his place. But why does Rasulullah ask Imam Amirul Mu'mineen salam to sleep in his place? This is very important. If Rasulullah goes without putting anybody in his place, it's called farar. It's called escape. Why Rasulullah has got up and he's left and he hasn't left anybody in his place? This is another lesson in this. If for 6 hours, 8 hours, Rasulullah is not willing to leave his bed empty, how can he leave his place empty when he's going forever? But also he can't put anyone in his place. He can't just put anyone in his place. Why? This is related to that, what is making it the difference between farar, between escaping and hijrat, which is meritorious according to this ayat and many other ayat in the Holy Quran. Why Rasulullah has to put somebody in his place, not only to make sure that when this person he sleeps, he wakes up in the morning as well, but also it has to be somebody. It has to be somebody who would be exactly like Rasulullah. Why? When they wake up in the morning, they rush inside and they say, where is Muhammad? Imam Amirul Mu'mineen salam says, did you leave him with me? Did you leave? He doesn't say, I know where he is. He says, did you leave him with me? Now, at this time, people come. Why? Because even those people who said he's a magician, even those people who said that he's a sorcerer, they used to leave their amanat with Rasulullah. So now when they're going to come and they're going to see that Rasulullah is not there, there's going to be two options. Either one option from them is going to be that they're going to claim that something is there which is not there. Or they're going to say that whatever you've given us is less than what we gave Rasulullah. So therefore there has to be somebody there in his place who knows exactly what has been left there without having to look. And if somebody claims that you given me less than what I gave Rasulullah, he's able to say, no, you are lying. And for this you need ma'soom, and this is why Rasulullah is ma'soom, and the success of Rasulullah also has to be ma'soom, and it's only when you follow ma'soom then you can be successful. This is the night of Hijrah, for which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised this sleeping, and then He's praised this Hijrah as well. Right? He's praised the sleeping. For Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam, he's praised the sleeping. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ رَءُوفٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. He's praised the sleeping. Now, to tell you that sometimes sleeping is ibadat. Sometimes staying awake is ibadat. Sometimes sleeping is ibadat. Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam is saying, I do whatever is worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether it's staying awake or is sleeping. What matters is not staying awake or sleeping. What matters is what is the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that particular moment in time. Recite salawat ala Muhammad. This is the condition. So the first condition is Iman. Then the second condition is Hijrat. For the sake of Iman. Not all kinds of hijrat. Hijrat for the sake of Iman, for the sake of protecting one's Iman. Then the third condition is jihad, which is struggle in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether it's with the wealth or it's with your own souls. And whoever does all of these things together, they have the highest rank in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considers them to be the winners. Now, we have another set of verses which are talking about the successful ones. And here, it's a very difficult chapter and difficult part. Why? Because those people whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considers to be successful, those people, those individuals whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considers to be successful, people don't consider them to be successful. In the eyes of the people, in the eyes of the public, those people are not considered successful. Not only are they not considered successful, but in the eyes of the public, they mock those people. Can we have the next set of ayat, which is from Surah Mu'minun? Recite Salawat ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. Right. So we have verse 109. إنه كان فريق من عبادي يقولون ربنا آمنا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. There was a group, فريق من عبادي. There's a group from my servants who would say, we have believed. Again, same common theme. They would say, we have believed, so forgive us and have mercy on us. You are the best of those who have mercy. Now the next ayat, please. What did the people do? فَاتَّخَذْتُمُوهُ سِخْرِيًّا حَتَّى أَنْسَوْكُمْ ذِكْرِي وَكُنْتُمْ مِنْهُمْ تَضْحَكُونَ. But you, in other words, the people, ridiculed them, they mocked them, they did maskhara of them, until that the fact that they were too busy mocking out the people who believed in us, they forgot ansa dhikri, you forgot my remembrance. as a result of mocking those who believe. You forgot my remembrance. وَكُنْتُم مِّنْهِ تَضْحَكُونَ. You used to laugh at them. But what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do? Verse 111, please. إِنِّي جَزَيْتُهُمُ الْيَوْمَ بِمَا صَبَرُوا أَنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ. We have rewarded them today, in other words, on the day of judgment, بِمَا صَبَرُوا, for their patience, أَنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So we found out that amongst the successful ones is the condition of Iman, and then of Hijrat, and then of Jihad fi sabilillah bi amwalihim wa anfusihim, and then this condition, which is very important, which is of Sabr. Now, how does that Sabr get demonstrated? This is very important. Why? Because we think Sabr is something passive. No, Sabr is not passive. I want you to think about Sabr as something which is active. In the condition of those who believe and those who are successful in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want you to think about Sabr as something active. Why? Because, first of all, Rasulullah sallallahu Muhammad wa alayhi. First of all, we had two words which are used in Holy Quran regarding success. And this is our difficulty, that in English we don't have different words, but in Arabic we have different words. And so the usage of different words means that there are slightly different meanings, even though both of them mean success. In the Holy Quran we have the word falah or yuflihu, or all of these words that come from this root which is used for success. And we have the word fawz or faiz or faizun, which is also used for success. But there's a slight difference between the usage of these two words. And inshallah ta'ala, if I'm able to convey that to you, then inshallah that would be the objective of today's majlis. Salawat ala Muhammad wa alayhi. The word falah is used in order to tell us about the potential of success. Potential of success. If you do this, this has the potential to get you to success. This is falah. If you do this, if you don't do this, if you practice this, if you perfect this, this thing, this action will give you the potential to getting to success. But fawz and faiz are the one who've already reached that success. They already got to that point of success. That potential has been achieved. Their existence and their actions and everything they've done in their life has allowed them to reach the objective, the goal, which is success. That person is faiz. The one who's reached that success, gone through the stages of falah, that person is faiz. So for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to tell us about falah, He tells us about potential. Why? I'll give you an example. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala. Potential. I know it's a bit intellectual discussion, but I'm hoping that inshallah ta'ala you can keep up with it. So I know at this last hour of the fasting you don't want to hear things like this, but inshallah ta'ala it will keep the mind awake. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala. Falah, we say every single day. We say every single day. Before we mention that, in the adhan, we have three statements followed by three statements, and these three are related to the following three. Those three statements followed by three statements are related to each other. How? You say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That's related to Hayya ala salah. I testify there's no God but Allah. That's why hasten, rush towards prayer. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. And the highest point of recognizing Him is for a person to go into sajda. That is the highest point for a human being to recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the proof that I've testified to His oneness. That I rush towards salah. Then I say, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Salawat ala Muhammad. I say, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. The statement that goes with that is, Hayya alal falah. Hasten towards success, towards the potential of success. When I said, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, now I've opened the door to reach the potential, not success. To reach the potential of success. That's why Hayya al falah. Then I said Ashhadu anna Aliyan waliyullah, and the third sentence I said is Hayya ala khairil amal. Hasten towards the best of actions. Hasten towards the best of action. Now once I did the best of actions, now that potential of success comes to the realization of success. That's why Rasulullah says, Ya Ali, anta wa shi'atuka humul faizu. Salawat ala Muhammad. Right? This is potential. Potential. If you pray, you will go towards success. If you do these actions, if you follow Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam, you will get towards these actions. But the person who becomes Shia of Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam, they've realized that potential. To be Shia of Amirul Mu'minin, inshallah will come. What does it mean? Is it enough for me to say that I'm Shia of Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam, or is there some other conditions attached to that? Inshallah ta'ala, if Allah gives us tawfiq, that will come as well. Recite salawat ala Muhammad wa Now quickly let's come back to that part of the ayat, that those who did sabr, therefore ulaika humul faizun. Because of their sabr, we made them the winners, the successful. What is the example of sabr? All up to now, everything we talked about theoretical, but we believe in the practical, not just the theoretical. We believe in the practical, so there has to be an example as well. So let me mention that as an example. Yesterday I said to you that Rasulullah, one of his greatest achievements is that throughout his whole life, he makes sure that there's no fighting in the city of Medina. Whenever the enemies want to come, he relocates himself outside of Medina, and fighting takes place outside of Medina. There's a reason for this. What's the reason? I told you, I want you to remember this. Why? What's the reason for this? When Rasulullah migrates to Medina, he makes an agreement with all the people, all the tribes living in Medina. The Jewish tribes and the non-Muslim tribes. All of the tribes. He makes agreement. Those living in Medina. One of the conditions in that agreement is what? One of the conditions in that agreement is there's going to be no fighting in Medina. All the tribes conspire and they oppose this agreement of Rasulullah. They go against it. When they transpire with the Meccans on the day of the Battle of Ahzab. And inshallah that will come either tomorrow or day after tomorrow if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us tawfiq. I'm not going to talk about the Battle of Ahzab today, but tomorrow or day after. But they go against that agreement. But Rasulullah doesn't go against that agreement. Even though they have violated it, Rasulullah does not violate that agreement. So this is very important. That there's going to be no fighting in Medina. Now, after Rasulullah, whosoever is the rightful successor of Rasulullah also will uphold this agreement. Even if the enemies, the other side, the other people don't uphold it. Whoever is the rightful successor of Rasulullah will uphold this agreement. Now, question. Question. Some people asked, you say that Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam is the rightful successor of the Prophet. Yes, all of you say that. Inshallah, yes? All of you say that Imam Amirul Mu'mineen is the rightful successor of the Holy Prophet. But after the Holy Prophet of Islam, other people came. And Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam didn't say anything. He didn't come out and fight. He didn't come out and take back his rights. So why didn't he? Why didn't? One answer is already there. Rasulullah said, agreement is no fighting in Medina. Therefore, no fighting in Medina. No fighting in Medina. And not just Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Imam Hasan al-Mujtaba alayhi salam also opposed this. Imam Husayn alayhi salam also opposed this. In fact, every single Imam. Why? Because he's the rightful successor of the Prophet. He has to uphold that agreement even if the people with whom the agreement was made have died. They're finished. They didn't uphold it. But the rightful successor of the Holy Prophet ﷺ will uphold that agreement. Number one. Reason number one. Number two. Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, he's in the house. Remember, active sabr. Right? Those who are the successful ones who do active sabr. And that's related to this point. So Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam, he's in the house. People come to force him to pledge allegiance. When they come to force him to pledge allegiance, Hazrat Zahra says he's not going to come out. They said, we'll burn the house down. You know Messiah. I'm not reading Messiah. Said, we'll burn the house down. Then they come inside. They burn the door down. They come inside. They take Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, tie with his turban in his neck. At that moment, imagine, at that moment, how difficult this is as a moment, and what does sabr mean in reality, in active sabr, what does it mean? At that moment, there's two scenes that are taking place. Imagine that Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam is being dragged from the house to the masjid. Those of you being no house and masjid right next to each other. He's being dragged from the house to the masjid. Whom? Fatih Khaybar. At that moment, there's two scenes. Two people are watching. No, two groups of people are watching. One person is watching, and this person says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Everybody says to him, what did you see that made you recite kalima of shahadatain, become a Muslim at this moment in time? So this person says that I was there at Khaybar, and I saw this man, this young man, take off the door of Khaybar. I saw him. And today I see that he's got rope in his neck and he's being dragged from the house to the masjid. And I realized that that day when he took off the door of Khaybar, he did that for God. And today he's got rope in his neck, he also did that for God. And that God, I want to believe in it. Recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ala That's God I want to believe in. At that same moment, there are some companions of Imam Amirul Mu'mineen watching this scene. What did they say? Active sabr. Miqdad ibn al-Aswad says that if I had a sword, then I would have come out to defend my Imam. Abu Dharr Ghifari says to him, Miqdad, what are you saying? Miqdad, what are you saying? He is Amirul Mu'mineen, he has Dhul Fiqar. He doesn't need your sword. Miqdad, this is the level of patience of the one Miqdad, 8th level of Iman. We're not talking about ordinary people. 8th level of Iman. He says, Miqdad says, if I had a sword. In other words, this is the state of the lovers of Amirul Mu'minin at this stage, that they don't even have anything to defend themselves. Says, if I had a sword, I would have defended my master. Abu Dhar says, he doesn't need your sword. He has got Dhul Fiqar. He doesn't need your sword. But Abu Dhar Ghifari says, why he doesn't use it, I don't know. 9th level of Iman. To which Salman says, Abu Dhar, what are you saying? Do you want to give advice to the Imam of your time? Do you want to give advice to the Imam? He is the Imam. Whatever he does is by the order of God. In other words, at such difficult times, whosoever can remain in their right state and still know that you have to follow the Imam of the time is called Salman. So this is not easy. 10th level of Iman. Salman min Ahl al-Bayt. This is the 10th level of Iman. So this is another scene. Now there's a third answer to this query, and inshallah ta'ala then we'll conclude. Recite Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala. This case is very famous, well known, you heard it many times before. That during the time of Khilafah, there are two women who come to the court, and their claim is, both of them are claiming that it's my baby. Darbar Khilafat has no reply for them. Say, what shall we do? Say, there's only one solution. You call Ali and he will solve the matter. So they bring Imam Amirul Mu'minin Salam. He asks, he says, what's the problem? He says, there's two women and they're claiming, both of them are claiming that it's my baby. So what shall we do? Imam Amirul Mu'minin said to Qambar, bring Dhul Fiqar and chop the baby in half. Famous, you heard it many times before. But I want to give a conclusion from this story relating to this issue of sabr and what does it mean to be successful. Imam says, chop the baby in half. All of a sudden, one of them says, it's not my baby. One of the women says, it's not my baby. Imam Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam says, give it to the one who's saying it's not my baby. Imam Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam says, give it to the one who's saying, it is not my baby. He said, Ya Ali, she's saying it's not my baby. She is saying that it's not my child, but you're saying give it to the one who's saying it's not. Imam Amirul Mu'minin says, listen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the mother in such a way that she can see her baby go to somebody else, but she can't see her baby be killed in front of her. I didn't want to chop the baby in half, but I'm testing to find out who's the real mother, because the real mother will not allow the baby to die. The story is ended here. How is this story related to what Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam did? Why? If we ask Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam, he will say, Islam is my baby. Islam is my baby, and I am willing for it to go to somebody else, but I'm not willing for it to be killed. I'm not willing for the religion of Islam to be killed for this reason. Imam Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam stays silent after Rasulullah to make sure that Muslims, religion of Islam, is safe. Why? Because the objective of the Imam in every single time is to make sure Muslims' lives are saved. Religion of Islam is saved, even if that comes at the cost of their own lives. Recite salawat ala Muhammad. Therefore, when we observe the life of Imam alayhi salatu wasalam and see what is the requirement for being amongst his followers, we have to see the bigger picture. We have to see what is in the interests of Islam and Muslims, and that will be the greatest objective from. And to achieve that objective, every kind of sacrifice they're willing to do. Every kind of sacrifice. Who starts his life by saying, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, inshallah tomorrow we'll mention this, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, the believers are successful. And who ends his life by saying, فُزْتُ وَرَبِّ الْكَعْبَةِ. That's from the beginning of my life to the end of my life. There's no moment in my life in which I was not successful. جس علی نے دنیا میں آنے والے پہلے دن یہ آ کر کے کہا کہ مومنین کامیاب ہو گئے، اور دنیا سے جانے والے دن یہ کہا کہ رب کعبہ کی قسم میں کامیاب. یعنی علی کی زندگی میں کوئی لمحہ نہیں ہے کہ جو کامیاب نہ رہا. کوئی ساتھ نہیں ہے، کوئی حرف نہیں ہے، کوئی جگہ نہیں ہے کہ جہاں علی کامیاب نہ ہوئے. کل مصائب کو یہاں پہ روکا تھا کہ حذیفہ یمانی کو علی نے گھر بھیج دیا. حذیفہ یمانی کو گھر بھیج دیا، کہا میں امام ہوں، حکم دے رہا ہوں گھر چلے جاؤ. گھر پہ جا کے بستر پر لیٹ گئے، اور اتنی دیر میں آنکھ لگ گئی. بس اتنی دیر میں سب کچھ ہو گیا. اتنی دیر میں سب کچھ ہو گیا. علی گھر سے باہر نکلے، مرغابیوں کو خاموش کیا جا رہا تھا. علی نے کہا یہ میرے فراق میں رو رہی ہیں، یہ میرے فراق میں رو رہی ہیں. ان کو معلوم ہے کہ آج میں جا رہا ہوں تو واپس نہیں ہوں. علی مسجد میں وارد ہوئے. علی مسجد میں وارد ہوئے. مسجد میں وارد ہو کر کے ایک ایک کو آ کر کے جگایا. ابن ملجم بھی مسجد میں سو رہا تھا، اس کو بھی جگایا. ارے قربان جائیے ایسے امام کے اوپر کہ جو اپنے قاتل کو بھی جگاتا ہے. اجرکم اللہ، اللہ آپ کو کسی غم میں نہ رلائے سوائے غم اہل بیت کے. ایسے امام پر کہ جو اپنے قاتل کو بھی جگاتا ہے. کہا اٹھ جاؤ، نماز کا وقت ہونے والا ہے. وہ نہیں اٹھا. کہا پیٹ کے بل مت لیٹا کرو، یہ کتوں کا طریقہ ہے. پھر بھی نہیں اٹھا. مولا کہنے لگے مجھے معلوم ہے کہ تم ایسے کیوں لیٹے ہوئے ہو. وہ جو تلوار تم نے چھپائی ہوئی ہے اس کا بھی مجھے معلوم ہے. بیدار ہو جاؤ، نماز کا وقت ہونے والا ہے. پھر بھی نہیں اٹھا. علی گلدستہ اذان پڑھائے، صبح کی اذان دی، اور پھر نافلہ فجر شروع کی. عزیزو آپ کے آنکھوں میں آنسو آ گئے. ایک جملہ کہنا چاہتا ہوں. علی کو معلوم تھا نا نافلہ فجر میں قتل کیے جائیں گے. علی نے نافلہ فجر نہیں تھا کی. علی کا چاہنے والا ہو کم سے کم ایک دن، 19 ماہ رمضان مبارک ہے نا، کم سے کم ایک دن نافلہ فجر 2 رکعت فجر سے پہلے پڑھ لے. دعا مانگ لے شب قدر میں کہ اللہ مجھے توفیق دے کہ میں اس کا پابند ہو جاؤں. علی نے تو شہادت والے دن بھی اس مستحب نماز کو ترک نہیں کیا تھا. پہلی رکعت کا پہلا سجدہ ہے اور صرف محسوس تصور شرط ہے نا, صرف آنکھیں بند کیجئے اور صرف سوچئے اس جملے کے اوپر اور بس اسی پہ گریا, یہی گریا کرنے کے لیے کافی ہے. عزیزوں جب اس نے دیکھا کہ علی نے نافلہ شروع کر دی ہے تو صفیں چیرتا ہوا آگے آیا. بس عزیزوں صرف اتنا تصور کرنا ہے کہ اٹھتا ہوا سر ہے اور گرتی ہوئی تلوار. اجرکم اللہ, اٹھتا ہوا سر ہے اور گرتی ہوئی تلوار. عزیزو سر جو ہے وہ جسم کا سب سے نازک حصہ ہوتا ہے اور سر میں مغز جو ہے وہ سر کا سب سے نازک حصہ ہوتا ہے اور ضرب علی کے مغز دماغ پہ پڑی ہے. علی اس کا نام ہے کہ جس کے جسم کے سب سے نازک حصے پر ضرب پڑھنے کے بعد اٹھ کر کے کہا فزت ورب الکعبہ, رب کعبہ کی قسم میں کامیاب ہو گیا. کہ مولا یہ کون سا موقع ہے اس اعلان کا, تو شاید یہ کہیں میری پوری زندگی میں ایک ایک لمحہ کامیابی ہے, لیکن ساری زندگی ایک طرف, شہادت ایک طرف, اللہ کی راہ میں شہید ہو جانا ایک طرف. عزیزوں آپ کے تمام ائمہ 11 کے 11 یا تلوار سے شہید کیے گئے یا زہر سے. امیر المؤمنین واحد امام ہیں, واحد امام. ابن ملجم خود کہہ رہا ہے, ابن ملجم کہتا ہے میں نے 1000 کی تلوار اور 1000 کا زہر خریدا اور پوری رات تلوار کو زہر میں ڈبو کر کے رکھا. بس عزیزو مجلس تمام کر دی, مصائب کل یہیں سے شروع کروں گا. حسن مجتبی علیہ السلام کو علی نے اشارہ کیا, نماز مکمل ہوئی. نماز مکمل کرنے کے بعد میں اب علی کی حالت نہیں ہے کہ چل کر کے گھر میں تشریف لے جائیں, تو قالین منگوایا گیا. اس میں علی کے جنازے کو لپیٹ کر کے اور لے جایا جا رہا ہے. عزیزو 3 جگہ پہ قالین منگوائے گئے تھے جنازے اٹھانے کے لیے. ایک موسیٰ ابن جعفر کا جنازہ تھا جس کو قالین میں رکھ کے پل بغداد پہ رکھ دیا گیا تھا. ایک قاسم کے ٹکڑے لینے کے لیے حسین گئے تھے تو ٹکڑے جمع کر کے قالین میں لائے تھے. ایک علی کا جنازہ ہے. جب گھر کے نزدیک پہنچے تو کان میں بیویوں کے رونے کی آواز آئی. بس عزیزو آخری جملہ مجلس تمام ہو گئی. جب بیویوں کے رونے کی آواز آئی علی نے حسن سے کہا حسن چاہنے والوں سے کہہ دو کہ چلے جائیں, میں یہ نہیں چاہتا کہ نبی زادیوں کے رونے کی آواز نامحرموں کے کانوں تک پہنچے. ارے یہ 40 ہجری کا کوفہ تھا جہاں علی کو نبی زادیوں کے رونے کی آواز نامحرموں تک پہنچے بھی گوارا نہیں تھا. ارے 60 ہجری کا کوفہ ہوگا جب نامحرموں کے شرابیوں کے دربار میں نبی زادیوں کو الا لعنت اللہ علی القوم الظالمین وسيعلم الذین ظلموا ای منقلب ینقلبون. پروردگار ہمارے اس عبادت کو, عزا کو, آنسوؤں کو قبول فرما, مجلس کو, اعمال کو, ذکر کو, دعاؤں کو قبول فرما, ہمارے گناہوں کو معاف فرما, مرحومین کے درجات کو بلند فرما, ہمیں ماہ مبارک رمضان کے خیر و برکت و توفیقات سے مستفید ہونے کی توفیق عنایت فرما. شیعہ نے حیدر کرار دنیا میں جہاں کہیں بھی ان کی عزت آبرو جان و مال کی حفاظت فرما، جو بھی پریشان حال ہیں ان کی پریشانیوں کو دور فرما، جو امتحان دے رہے ہیں ان کو امتحانوں میں کامیاب فرما، جو بیمار ہیں انہیں بیمار کربلا کے صدقے میں شفا عنایت فرما، ہمارے آقا اور مولا کے ظہور میں تعجیل فرما، ہمیں ان کے اعوان و انصار میں سے قرار دے۔ ربنا تقبل منا انک انت السمیع العلیم بحق محمد و آلہ الطاہرین ماتا